Hello everyone, I'm Renown Zero, and we're back again talking about some more reverse attractors. As always, I'm gonna be showing off people like Buster Baxter. We got some stuff from actual fandom. We got some just a quick comment kind of from Organized Chaos and a couple of my own haters as well. It's gonna be a very interesting video with these people today. As always, if you liked the video, smash the like button and comment below what you feel about all this stuff in the comment section down below. Starting off today with Alphacore as of the recording of this video, currently sitting at $918,863 with 15,500 books being sold already. Cover A holding the lead with 5,278. Second place with cover D, 3,739, which I agree. I think cover A for me is the best. Cover D definitely a close second though. 3,245 cover C's. This is only going to be printed 5,000 times and then it will be completely done. 3,349 cover B's for that were sold, of course. Make sure you check out Alphacore number 1 if you're looking to get something. Of course, always prices have become cheaper due to reviewers getting better rates on everything. I myself picked up all 4 covers, so I don't have to choose which cover I will be able to get because I think all the covers are great. I picked up a poster and a shirt as well. Written by the legendary Chuck Dixon and penciled by Joe Bennett. Moving on over to Blade Devil 2, of course, written by Raging Golden Eagle and penciled by Toxic Man Baby, sitting at 145k, 1,549 backers. Currently in demand, should be completed shortly in a couple weeks, maybe a month or two. We'll see what's going on. You can choose from cover A, cover B, or cover C. Sorry, cover A, C, and B. You get 69 pages of story. You can see the type of artwork that you'll get. If you like more of that anime manga style, this book is for you. Blade Devil 1 for me at least was fantastic. I've definitely backed Blade Devil 2. Like I said, got all the covers. 69 pages story, 2 supplemental stories, of course. You got many choices between cover A, cover B, cover C. You also have a limited summer wraparound covers that you can grab. If you choose to get that, you get basically a trading card with each cover. If you sign up for the pre-launch, you got a physical perk. You can get this card as well. So I wanted to get all the cards. I love all the covers for this as well. So I backed everything. You have options to get mouse pads and waifu pillows if you like. And you can also get Blade Devil 1 as an add-on with this book. You will also be receiving one of these art prints and foil covers for all your books. If you want to get the first book sooner, Blade Devil 1 Ghost of the Past, you can always get a damaged copy for $10 if you don't care too much about the condition of your book. You can always get it sooner by backing it here. We'll also have Death, Death, Death by Joel Ball, 300-page graphic novel. You can get all 3 versions, the colored, line art, and manga editions for $85. Get a manga edition, think about that, $18 for a 300-page book with this amazing artwork you'll see up here. $30 for the hardcover line art and $45 for the color. You can see different colors here. You can see what kind of quality you will get with the colored edition, the line art edition, and the manga edition based on whichever version of the book you get. So now we're going to move on to, of course, Buster Baxter, who wants to talk his noise like he always does because he's like an ex-girlfriend that won't shut the hell up. First post here. Is this pre-cope for everyone saying how much more well-written Alphacore is compared to Isom, which was written by an illiterate high school graduate? You probably didn't even get past first grade. You read at the level of a first grader because you couldn't even understand points that were made in Isom 1. I'll have to keep reminding people that in his notes he said Isom putting his hand on Jasmine's shoulder was akin to assault. So keep that in mind. Of course, him going after Shad from Shad Diversity over his AI art. Say what you will about AI art, it looks pretty dang good if you're able to fine tune and make it look great. Sure, it will obviously help, but if an artist is obviously good enough with their pencils and ink, they can still succeed in the art world. They may even be able to use it as a tool to make certain things But for you to sit up here and say it's complete effing trash and there's no emotion in the face, you'd be completely wrong. And again, you wish you could do things like this. Shadow's obviously defended this stuff. He's given his reasonings behind it, why he uses it. He does have to put in more work after the fact. He draws something and then has to be able to make this look legit. Even though people will say it's not legit, people can choose what kind of art they want to support, whether it be regular hand drawn art or AI art. It's completely up to them. So your opinion on this is honestly irrelevant. And why is Eric so upset here? He should be. Alphacore needs to sell much, much more for his grift to stay in business. It's not a grift. You are a clown. It's not a grift. When I receive product, after purchasing product, after being promised said product to be sent to me that I purchased. Seems like he should be celebrating, not whining about Vito. You know, in this clip, he's not whining about Vito. He's telling Vito to shut the heck up and work on your own project and get your book out that you promised to your customers, especially the people who backed them, especially considering you are a person that have told people that they can pirate your material. So it's a huge slap in the face to people that have backed your book, and you're going to go out there telling people that they can just pirate it.
At launch. So that's my thing. It's like some of these fat guys that are talking about me. One fat guy in particular had a project that supposedly was supposed to like actually fulfill in October. And then they pushed it back to February of next year. And I'm like, okay, guys, you spending all this fucking time talking about me. Finish your shit. Are y'all forgetting who we're doing this for? We're not doing this, at least I don't, maybe you do, for Hasad's and status among peers. You have a product to deliver for customers that paid for it, man. If you want to talk about time management, if you were spending less time worried about me, right, you'd be putting your own shit out and getting it to the people that paid for it. So, but that's a commentator that does a comic on the side. It's not a comic book. That guy's not running a comic book business.
So I don't know about you or anyone watching this video, but I don't see anywhere where he's whining about Vito. He's specifically telling him what he should be doing rather than worrying about what other people are doing. He should be finishing his book, getting it to the people who backed it, so they can get a product, review it, or whatever they want to do with it. So they can have faith that you'll deliver another product, possibly a super killer too. But you're more worried about what Eric July is doing and all the success he's having rather than trying to find your own success and putting out your own book, right? That's what he's talking about, Buster Baxter. And yes, he did celebrate Chuck Dixon and Alphacore. He celebrates it on every single live stream he has. So I don't know what you're on about. You probably need to start smoking crack, because it seems like what you're doing. We also got Young Clipper, of course. You know, Riley, always trying to stir up crap all the time. Because you got a person down here saying, I've sent thousands to F&T, but I don't support this crap. I agree with you that Dick sent good notes to Ripper. Again, how could you send good notes to somebody when one of your notes are putting their hand on someone's shoulder is akin to assault? And questions you asked in your notes were answered in the book. It's just your reading comprehension is so low, is that of a first grader, that you couldn't figure it out. You call everybody else retarded, but you can't figure it out. You yourself can't figure it out, but the actual fans of this franchise and the fans of this comic book universe can figure stuff out that clearly you couldn't figure out because you're too low IQ. And again, this is coming from someone who was said to smell like literal shit. Source trucks me. Eric July accuses EVS of engaging in a coordinated attack on him because of jealousy. Is that why EVS did a cover for ISOM 2 for way less than his normal rate? Tagged a bunch of people. This is what made Ethan call him a liar in chat and get blocked. Yeah, well, Eric didn't do the blocking himself. He's typically not the type of person to block people unless you get extra annoying or you spam a lot. He's not really one of those people that blocks people. So, well, let's take a listen.
We have maybe that's why a certain someone was co-signing haters and doing bitch made shit because they felt you weren't putting them on enough. Mark said, "Well, I'm a
Well, the haters he was co-signing, of course, were Buster Baxter, Dick Masterson, Riley, and that other chick that's supposedly his girlfriend. You know, the one that does OF, because that's kind of what those types of women do, like her. So again, they hang around a bunch of fat retards that try to make stuff up about me and fans of Rippaverse and Eric himself. Meanwhile, they can't even do basic research on literally anything they talk about because they're pretty unintelligent and low IQ. But let's continue.
tell you what happened. I know exactly who you're referring to. It was a window of opportunity because, and I don't think this was at no fault of the customers. What happened was is that Rippaverse came through, and I think and I can see where that can be annoying. But Rippaverse came through, and there's a guy who was doing his thing, and because people kept definitely with the success of the first campaign, they kept in the delivery of it, they kept comparing. And
By the way, EVS has done that before. He has compared his campaigns to Eric's, and even as of right now, as much as he's like on the side of people who want to take Eric down, when you look up Cyberfrog toys on eBay, they're pretty much selling at a retail price, considering he's done a second chance campaign. And I guess because of what he did, like leak said DM, his toys aren't valued more. They're valued the same amount when you resell it. So there's that.
what happened was is that that person took that personal lead. And so with the recent goofball shit, that was coordinated. It wasn't just random, right? It was like, hey, this is the opportunity.
Now, when he says something was coordinated, he's talking about essentially all the people that are trying to essentially attack him and try to take his livelihood down, meaning Buster Baxter, Riley, and those sorts of people.
To take this guy down a peg, and he took it. That was all that this was. That was they took it. They thought that this was, hey, it was blood in the water. I could kind of get back in this like more hierarchical sort of position that I was in, whatever you want to call it, or establish that position in this that hierarchy that's in their mind. It's not me because I don't care about that. I never cared about being the top dog. Like I don't give a shit about that. And they looked at like, hey, this
He really never has. He's really never given a crap about being the biggest. He just cares about making his own stuff separate from the mainstream.
is a way that I can present myself as better while also bringing this person down a. That's all this was. It was about ego. That's 100% what this was. Always, it was about ego. It had nothing to do with nothing else. So yeah, obviously to your point, yeah, it wasn't an accident. You know what I mean? That there was a, to your point, maybe that's the reason why a certain someone was co-signing haters and doing bitch made shit. That's why they did the bitch made shit that you're referring to. So yeah, that's all.
Said bitch made shit was the DM that he leaked out that he said it was a threat when it wasn't. It was something around the lines of don't allow your haters to get on your platform and talk crap about me. Simple. It was something super simple and something that happened months ago, around the time when the Flashcast was going on, that had Dick Masterson, Vito, Ethan, and Eric on.
All that it was. All that it ever was. Johnny with $1. I appreciate.
Now I could see that being a thing, but can't exactly confirm that it was jealousy and envious, but it would seem that way because of the way Ethan's been acting lately. And then he sits up here and wonders why his stuff doesn't sell, considering people have to wait multiple years to get anything they backed. People are still waiting on things like Rainbow the Brute, like I am. I've waited 2 years to get Cyberfrog 2, a little over a year to get the action figures, which I'm probably going to get rid of them because I don't care anymore. And yeah, I mean, what can you do? You got actual fandom saying, quote tweeting me Mology. Shout out to me, Mology. Says, I can tell Vito exactly why I like Isom. The book isn't trying to lecture me. Instead, it is trying to entertain me, which is something most books from Marvel, DC, IDW, and other publishers fail to do. It's really not hard. It's a pretty solid thing to say, considering that that's what they've been doing. It's there to entertain me rather than lecture me. Of course, he always says, laugh my ass off. They literally can't say anything about it as a story or a piece of comic art. It's always more politics, other publishers, bad. Well, yeah. So, it's a pretty solid reason because mainstream comics for the most part are absolute garbage. So, oh, and apparently the grift is drying up. The grift, that doesn't exist. Actual fandom. Let's listen to the grift drying up. Oh no.
Follow trends, although you literally say I go to what's trending before I make a video. Something I don't do.
I just created a One Piece discussion right now. I just created one for the past 5 minutes.
Yeah.
No, you didn't. I would have liked.
Did we just talk about One Piece for 5 minutes? Yes or no?
We didn't.
Yes,
One Piece was used, but we didn't talk about it.
No.
Welcome to every video we make. We use one little thing and then we build the narrative out of it. Don't act like that's not what we do.
I don't build a narrative. I give
You're
my
an absolute
opinion.
fucking.
You are hard.
What we do. You've made the same.
Now, by narrative, they, of course, give their opinions on what might happen or what might not happen, or something like, because One Piece was made by Netflix, and a lot of times Netflix makes terrible things, like Castlevania Nocturne, that was terrible. But One Piece was one of those things that Jeremy actually praised after the fact. He was hoping it would be good, and to him it was very good. That's why he's bringing up One Piece again, and it felt in this FNT, because I actually watched it. He wishes that more people would continue to talk about One Piece, but of course the argument went back to the whole binge model versus weekly model, and the rest is history with this one.
Same fucking video on the same topic at least 7 times a week, Ryan. And you're gonna act like we don't do that.
I talk about I talk about
says one fucking thing and we make a whole video out of it. That's what.
And typically Ryan's videos are like 4 or 5 minutes.
We do.
I talk about things that are in the news, and when something comes out that's an update to that, I talk about it, Jeremy. And guess what? If fucking there were more episodes of One Piece coming out and I cared about something like that or something that was topical to that, I would be
Followed.
And there you go. That's not a grift, by the way. All they're doing is giving their opinions on something they're seeing. Dane. But unfortunately, nobody on the internet, it would seem, besides your little circle, knows what you're actually a fan of. And you don't stand for no fandoms. No one really knows what you like, because all you do is this. This is all you do. Talk about other people that are more successful, similar to what Dick Masterson does, and what a lot of people seem to do in that space. 1 year ago today, I met Bob and Turf Nation, and on stream for the first time. We decided to make it a weekly thing. DJ Eric was the first person I talked to joining us. I used to watch Nirvana, Critical Drinker, Doomcock, Mike Zero, and other hate channels. Mike Zero, terrible channel. At the time, I had no idea I was being indoctrinated by the far-right extremist views. I started realizing how hateful it all was. Yeah, because giving opinions is hateful. Some of those channels used to be more than hate, but I started feeling bad. I started looking for dissenting viewpoints, and I found you guys. I appreciate actual fandom. Terrible person. Organized Chaos. Terrible person. Turf Nation. Don't really know him. And Eric debunks. He doesn't debunk anything. He just debunks how stupid he sounds. For sticking up for their beliefs and not conforming to the hate message for more subs. Thanks to the other channels who are joining the cause against hate for hate's sake. Well, what they do is they do the opposite. They make content saying they like something, or they make content about this person is wrong, this person is this person is an Islamophobe and a bigot and all this. That's the garbage content they make. That's why pretty much nobody watches them, because no one cares. You effing value Chuck Dixon and Joe Bennett lower than yourself. Never. He literally praises them all the time. What are you talking about? Nonetheless, we're living in an alternate universe where things happen differently. I know you don't understand it, though. What if Eric July didn't depend on Marvel and DC to market his comic? He actually doesn't. You're a dumbass. What if Eric July understood what a multiverse is? He understands exactly what multiverses are. They're pathetic. They're lazy. just to be like, oh, we're going to do this separate story that doesn't matter. It's because it's in a different universe. No one cares. You keep bringing this up like anyone actually gives a damn. Just stop and shut the hell up. Right? Oh, he puts this out there. Wow, I lost a sub because he's a Debauchee Mode fan. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. You need all the subs you can get because you really ain't gaining any. And no one's really listening to what you're saying because what you're saying sounds very idiotic. Oh, this was the post here. Let's stop it all off right here where I said to, of course, Ripoff Verse, because he was responding to Heel versus Babyface, what is the actual point of view? Genuinely mean that. Well, I'm basically saying, what's the actual point of view? There's 100% nothing. You just repeat the same predictable and exhausting cat crap. You put no value into planet Earth. You are the link between the sad, pathetic infantilization of man and the fat people at the end of Wall-E. To which I said, your entire account is 100% nothing and predictable. You repeat the same predictable opinion, which is not gospel, and you are only around leeching off of the back of a successful person and company that you hate so much. You created content based around people who don't even know who you are. You created content that is boring, meaningless, and deserves to be mocked and shamed for how bad it is. You should be the last person talking about pathetic and worthless. To which, of course, somebody had to respond, you don't need a blue check mark next to your name to be a Ripper defender. Well, I've been making videos covering ISOM and all the drama and all the nonsense that the haters and detractors put out there as lies well before I had a blue check mark. And all I really wanted to do originally was to just talk about the campaign succeeding and talking about my excitement for Ripperverse and all that stuff. But then I started to realize all the nonsense and hate that people were spreading, so I decided to make a counter to that, which is what I've been doing for a while. And I don't regret it, because I hate people who purposely and intentionally lie about someone when they know they're lying about and looking for any little gotcha or whatever they're looking for just to be like, oh yeah, well look at this guy, he's doing this bad. You would still support this guy. It's the same nonsense that they do with Trump. They'll find little things here and there and be like, you still support him, even this? It's like, it's weird. Obsession, man. To which I said, this statement just makes you sound like a brokey. It means that you can spend your money wisely instead of using it to defend your favorite e-celeb. To which I said, so you admit you're a brokey, got it. So not spending on garbage means one is broke? Yes. Well, in this case, yes. Because y'all are literally crying over $8. You crying about $8 like you don't have $8 you don't waste on a beer at the bar or something. But remember, this is coming from a guy who just made his account last month, and you have over 4,000 tweets. That means you made 4,231 posts or tweets in a matter of a month and a half. Touch grass. Get a life. Stop following retarded people that are fat and have no real information to put out there about other people, and all they do is drama farm. To which iDrive Pro says, oh no, not spending and then claiming it's garbage without viewing, but taking the word of thieving pirates, or after pirating yourself, means you're broke. It's just his way of deflecting actual criticism. If he isn't spouting Eric's talking points, then he literally has nothing to say. I mean, if he's spouting facts, how is that spouting a talking point? Okay. Well, I guess you could call it spouting a talking point, right? Because the facts don't care about your feelings. Mr. Name and Numbers with a burner account. It's real interesting that you just have a burner account just lying right there, like every other weirdo on the internet, right? You just have bullcrap to spread all day long with that garbage. He's hiding checkmark. You can include anything you wish to. Jacob Rotten saying, most likely, heck, I'm a brokey, I'm not this pathetic dude, just buy the comic or shut up. Admit you got duped by a bunch of white dudes about Eric and crawl back to the hole where you came from. Right. Because at the end of the day, this person follows, again, two fat retards who got upset that Eric July made a joke about not debating people who don't take their health serious, and these are the same people that are so obsessed with a cross above a man's junk and they're obsessed with the fact that Eric is successful. It's pretty sad. And they're obsessed with people liking something that they don't like. So at the end of it all, again, as I always say, detractors and haters will continue to make up nonsense. They'll continue to insert themselves into things that don't really matter to them, but they want to try to drama farm it all for clicks and views, and I'm going to continue to monetize my own hater stupidity, because that is all you should really do with that information of them hating on you. Monetize their stupidity, mock and shame them, and that's it. Thank you all for checking out this video. I really do appreciate all the new subscribers, returning subscribers, new viewers, returning viewers. If you do like this video, hit that like button. Comment below what you feel about all this. Subscribe for more content. If you believe I've earned your subscription, there's a red subscribe button below the video. If you have to make an account, it's free to do, and you just click the subscribe button. It makes it easier for you to get my videos, or you get notifications whenever I do a video or live stream by clicking the bell and hitting all notifications. If you want to go further support the channel, there's always a join button as well. You can join the channel for $1 a month. Although it's never obligated, of course, it is highly appreciated. And I will see you all on the next one. Peace.